always liked coming to Bountiful. One of the nicest little towns in the West. So when Andy Smithers asked me to hunt him up some blooded Hereford stock, I just naturally headed for Bountiful. It was a kind of town where you enjoyed doing business. Or at least so I'd always thought.
Hey, squarehead! Not so fast.
What do you want?
You got mud on you, men here. Well, men here, don't they teach you common politeness where you come from? Don't you thank a man when he does you a favor?
You did me no favor. I do not thank you.
Come, Papa. We got to go.
That's right, Papa. Do what the lady says. You're gonna thank me first.
I do not thank you.
Oh, you won't.
Papa!
Greta, be quiet.
Now, Papa, you ready to speak your piece?
Papa!
You've had your fun, now move along.
Just a minute. Who you think you're shoving?
I said move along.
Why, you...
I know you mean well, but I cannot thank you for violence. I didn't expect any thanks. As a matter of fact, I kind of enjoyed it. Howdy.
Howdy.
Could you tell me where the Durant place is? I understand they have some pretty good blooded stock.
Best in the valley. Down the road there, 3 or 4 miles. Can't miss it. Strange people.
What do you mean?
You saw. Do 'em a good turn like you did, and what happens? Spit in your face. I don't need their trade.
Did they want to buy something?
Sure. I told them they could get their stuff somewhere else.
What do they want?
Oh, side meat, flour, the usual.
Didn't they have any money?
They can pay, all right. I just don't want nothing to do with their kind.
Get it.
Huh?
Get out what they wanted. You forgot your groceries.
Why do you do this?
Well, I talked to the groceryman, and he said as long as I was heading this way...
I will pay.
Don't bother. You put it on your book. You pay any time you want.
Oh, thank you. You're a good man.
I also thank you, Mr.
Bonner. Pint Bonner.
And my name is Johann Hoffman. And this is my wife and my son, Peter.
Mrs. Hoffman? Peter? Well, I guess I better run along if I want to get to Duran's ranch by sundown. Goodbye.
You see, Papa, there are good people, even out here.
You heard? He says he goes to Durand.
But, Papa, that means nothing.
Greta, so many times we have been hurt, and yet you still hope. Better to expect nothing. It gives less pain.
I got 800 head ready for market. We'll ride out in the morning and I'll show them to you.
That'll be fine. Mrs. Duran, that's one of the best meals I ever tasted.
Well, you're very kind, Mr. Bonner. I feel terrible about not baking today, but what with getting ready for the fall term and all...
Oh, now, Amy, don't apologize. Amy's a school teacher here, you know.
Oh? How does it feel having your mother for a school teacher?
Awful.
Oh, you mean she doesn't give you an edge in arithmetic?
Gosh, no. She's tougher on me.
I think I met a schoolmate of yours today. A boy named Hoffman, Peter Hoffman. Do you know him?
Chris, you be a good boy and go to the kitchen and start the dishes. I'm glad you didn't talk in front of the boy, John.
Amy, I don't know why I can't say what I want in my own house. Ever since that family of squareheads took it in their heads to settle on a piece of land down the road...
They had a perfect right to do that.
Maybe so. We don't want strangers here. Not their kind, anyway.
What's wrong with their kind? They bought a farm. They've been working hard. They've been here almost a year now. How can you call them strangers?
You know, some people don't fit in if they live in a place all their lives.
Has anybody ever asked them to fit in? Has anybody ever invited them to be a part of the community or even tried to make them feel welcome? You look at that boy of theirs. He belongs in school, but he's afraid to go. He's afraid of being hurt and rebuffed. I'm going over there myself and talk to the Hoffmans about Peter.
You'll do nothing of the sort. I don't want you mixing with them, you understand? Now, look, honey. Mr. Bonner came here to talk cattle, not squareheads. Come on, Hummer, let's go out on the porch and get some fresh air.
Crooked Creek, boss.
It's quite a stretch. It'll be dark time we get there. What do you say we sleep comfortable in the house and start out in the morning?
The ones I've seen are fine-looking beef. Almost be worth staying overnight for.
Not only that, you get another chance at one of Amy's dinners.
Twist my arm. Say, that's a neat-looking little place. Who does it belong to?
Well, there he is. Old squarehead himself.
Oh, Mr. Hoffman. I met him today in town.
Yeah, I heard you did.
Look at him there. Wonder if he'd stand up so feisty if I ran a herd through his place.
Lay off that talk, Red. I don't want trouble.
Nothing riles me like a fence in cattle country.
It's legal, isn't it?
Well, let's get back to the house.
I think I'll stay around a while. I'd like to say hello.
You like it?
Mama, how can anyone not like Hausenpfeffer? It is old country dish.
I noticed you brought some other things from the old country. I saw your stand of alfalfa as I rode up. Your husband is as good a farmer as you are a cook, Miss Hoffman.
In old country, it is different. There, everybody helps. In planting, harvesting, haying. Not like here.
How about you, Peter? You gonna be a farmer, too, when you grow up?
I guess so.
Well, you've got a good example to shoot at.
You are very kind. But Peter does not want to be farmer. Not like old country. Here, boys have new ideas.
Oh? What do you want to be, Peter?
A surveyor.
That's good. That takes a lot of book learning, doesn't it? What grade are you in at school?
I'm not going to school.
That's too bad. Because I know Mrs. Duran would like to have you. She told me so.
She did not say that.
Papa, Mr. Bonner is our guest.
I don't blame you for being surprised, Mr. Hoffman, but the fact is, she doesn't feel the same way her husband does. That's the truth.
See, Papa, she wants him. Peter has been so sad. He has the hunger to learn like other boys have the hunger for food. Now you can go to school.
It is better not to talk about it. We ask no favors. Mr. Bonner, I want to show you something. Take my hand.
right?
Go. And push me down, yeah?
Oh, I know this.
Huh?
Let's try that again, shall we?
Good, good, yeah, yeah.
Ready? Just once more, huh?
Good, good, yeah, yeah. Oh.
I want you to know I am not coward.
I never thought you were.
I am taught when God gives man strength, it is to help, not to hurt.
That's a fine idea. Well, I'd best be getting along. Mrs. Hoffman, it'll be a long time before I forget that meal. Surveyor, huh? A friend of mine was a surveyor. The last time I heard of him, he was laying out the right-of-way for a transcontinental railroad. I'm going to feel this for a week. I wonder how long Peter will suffer if you don't unbend a little. Good night.
Good night.
Mr. Hoffman, I'm delighted you brought Peter to school.
He is a good boy. He wants to learn.
I know you're going to be very happy here, Peter. Now, you run, play with the children till the bell rings.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman, I know this wasn't an easy decision for you to make. I'm glad you made it.
I hope I do not make mistake. Good day, Mrs. Durant.
Now, boys and girls, this is Peter Hoffman. I want you to make him feel welcome. Bell in 5 minutes.
Good day, Mrs. Durant. Look at me, I'm a square. Give me my hat. Get up. You're yellow like your pop. Chris.
Mr. Hoffman, I'm terribly sorry.
I don't like to abuse your hospitality, Mr. Duran. I could just as easily have stayed at the hotel.
Nonsense. We like company. Besides, I ain't letting you out of my sight till we close that deal.
Don't worry about those cattle. They're prime.
Tomorrow, I'll help you line up a couple of trail hands. Hi there, Chris. How was everything at school?
All right, I guess.
Hadn't you better get washed up for dinner?
I already ate, Pop.
Kids.
And Chris, the ringleader of it all. The poor boy lying there in the dirt. And when he got up, Chris struck him again. The look that man gave me when he picked up his child.
Oh, Amy, honey, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. So the kids were fighting. What of it? Happens all the time.
This wasn't a fight. This was persecution. My own son, a bully.
The other kid's got fists, ain't he? Why didn't he fight back?
You know perfectly well why. John, it's attitudes like yours that start the trouble. The children hear from their parents. Instead of respecting another man's belief, you ridicule him just because he's different.
I've had enough schoolteacher lectures. You must think we fight all the time. We don't. Only since that cussed squarehead moved into this country.
That's right. Blame it on him.
Amy, I've listened to all I'm going to. We're a couple of hungry men. How about some dinner?
I want you to know I'm deeply ashamed that my own son could do such a thing.
He did not mean to hurt.
Mama.
No, I don't excuse him, or myself either. I can only promise you it will not happen again.
Peter does not go back.
But, Papa, it would be different. Mrs. Durant says so.
Mrs. Durant, I know you think I'm only stubborn man. But what I really feel, you do not understand.
I think I do.
For myself, I have no fear. If God wills that I suffer, I do not complain. But the boy, he's so young.
Mr. Hoffman, everybody must fight for what he really wants and needs. Oh, I don't mean with the fists. There are other ways. I hope you'll change your mind.
Amy, for the last time, will you tell me what that skunk did to you?
John, he had nothing to do with it. The horse shied at a rabbit and threw me.
I don't believe it. You've been shielding him long enough.
John, what are you doing?
We've had nothing but trouble since those people came into this valley. I've taken a lot, but when he starts hiding behind a woman's
Now,
skirt...
look, Durand, don't go off half-cocked. I found your wife a mile from the Hoffmans, thrown by her horse, just like she said.
You stay out of this, Bonner. Let's go, Ray.
John, please! Mr. Bonner, you gotta do something. John will kill him.
I don't think he'd shoot an unarmed
You
man.
don't know him when he's excited. Please stop it.
Take it easy, Mr. Rand.
There's a lot of boys will be disappointed not to be in on this one.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, no.
Hey, Brad.
This is my land. I do no harm, and I hide from no man.
Mr. Hoffman, principle may be a fine thing, but a little discretion can save a lot of trouble.
I do not cause trouble. He does. Peter, go to the house.
All right, Hoffman, I'm going to take you apart.
Durand, cool off.
I told you once to stay out of this, Bonner.
Believe me, Mr. Durand, I'd like nothing better.
There he is, boys. Let's get him.
Hold it right where you are.
So it's you. Let's rush him. He can only get one of us.
Who wants to be the first one?
There's the one I want, boys. You can do what you like after I finish with him.
You keep your gun belt on.
What do you mean?
What I said goes for you too, Durand. You'll have to go through me if you want to get to him.
Here's that cattle deal doesn't mean very much to you, Bonner.
You're wrong. That deal meant a lot to me. But I'm not going to stand by while you beat up a man who won't fight back.
He's pretty brave facing a woman. Let's see how he stands up to a man.
I want no bloodshed. I do not like that you lose your business because you defend me. I must ask you to step aside, Mr. Bonner.
Mr. Hoffman, if I understand it properly, you were taught to love your enemies. Is that right?
Sure.
And if you love someone, it's fitting and proper to show some form of affection to them. Is that right? Like a hug. A bear hug.
A hug? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do this, yeah.
All right, I'll keep an eye on these boys while Mr. Hoffman gives us a demonstration of brotherly love. He's all yours, Durand.
Let me go! Let me go! Stop, he's killing me! Let me go! Stop, he's killing me!
Here's one who can use a little brotherly love, too.
Let me...
Show a little affection to this digging tool.
My enemies! I love you all!
They say you can't change people overnight, and by and large, that's true. But sometimes you're lucky enough to be in on the beginning of a change, and you get a good feeling about what's going to come. Like I said in the beginning, Bountiful sure was a nice little town.